Record. All right, hey guys, we have Mohan here. He just closed on a deal, and I'm looking forward to hear the story. So, hey, my man, how you doing?
Doing good, doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thank you for doing this. So why don't you share in your words, like, when did you start kind of like going through the process of? Let's ask you this first of all. What did you do before going into the acquisition space and thinking about doing acquisitions?
Well, I'm a podiatrist, foot and ankle doctor. That's what I've been doing. And before I started acquisition, that's exactly what I was doing. But then, trying to figure out a sector, I was like, why don't I get into what I'm already doing? So I decided to look in that sector, and I found a really good one. I think.
So did you work for someone else before that?
I did, yeah. I worked for a group practice.
Interesting. So what got you to want to do it for your own, like to have your own kind of like place?
Well, you know what they say: if you're good at something, do it for yourself. Why not, right? I I just had that entrepreneur bug, that itch that needed to be scratched.
Yeah.
It was a good practice. I just wanted to kind of be on my own at some point. So an acquisitions university I thought it was that platform that kind of got me in the mindset of saying, hey, you can do it.
100%. Did you think about other sectors before that, or you immediately said, I'm going
I
to do it?
did. No, I did. I actually bounced around a lot of sectors, and I think I went through one of your videos multiple times, and I said, it's been staring at me the whole time. Just do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. So let's talk about the steps maybe. So how did you find the deal to begin with?
I found the deal through a broker. I found it through a broker. And, went through the steps, signing the NDA, getting all the financials, reviewing the financials, doing basically the due diligence. I did do the financing through SBA, which took a little longer, lots of paperwork. But in the end, it was totally worth it.
When you worked with the broker, did you have any problem positioning yourself or getting to a point where he's taking you seriously?
No, he took me seriously because he checked my credentials. He knew, I was, a board certified. And he, did the whole background stuff. And then he talked to the seller, and then eventually I made contact with the seller. We went over the business, visited multiple times, and went through everything. He was motivated seller, and I was motivated buyer. So
why did you try to sell the why did you want to sell business?
He wanted to move out of state to be with family. He had family that he wanted to be with, and that was the motivation. And I think he was just kind of ready to, relax. He had put in 30 something years in the practice, and he was ready to let it go. Yeah.
Are there employees in the business? How many employees the business got?
Two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And what else we need to know in the process? Like who did help you, like in terms of accountants and lawyers to close on the deal? Did you use outside support there?
I did. Yeah, I did get an accountant. I got some referrals also from the broker. But then, I got an independent valuation guy to get the exact value of the business. Then I got the accountant. But then the thing is, the SBA kind of does all that anyway. They also want to get their independent numbers. So it was in that sense of, it was a little easy because they were going to do it regardless. So I kind of went with their guys also.
Fair enough. And those guys, the lawyers and all that, how did you pay them? Did you pay them upfront, retainer, or after the closing of the deal?
No, I paid them after closing of the deal.
That's cool. So a lot of people
it was all
say
built into the deal.
Yeah. So a lot of people say it's impossible, right? How did that go for you?
No, this lawyer was already familiar with that. he there was no problem. Like, he knew that was what we were doing. He paid himself pretty well after the deal, and he was okay with it. So in that sense of things, I didn't have any issues at all. He was already aware that's what we were doing.
I love it. Good stuff. So then the SBA, how did you know what offer to make on the business and the terms, and do you have some seller financing going on? What happened there?
Yeah, there was some seller financing. So at the SBA, I think does 10% down. So we split 5%, 5%. Seller did 5%, I did 5%. And then the SBA financed the rest of the deal. But we know we built in the operating capital and all the numbers that we needed to put in there. Far as making the offer, basically going through your modules, I had an idea what was a good offer. And once I saw the numbers that the practice was making, I knew it was a fair offer.
Good stuff. What do you think were the biggest things that you got from the videos and the training?
Hands down was the mindset, really. I feel like once your head is in the right space and you can see it, you can do it. If you believe that you can do it, you can do it. And I go back to that. Yeah, that was the single most important video, I think, the mindset video.
Cool. So you closed on the deal. There is the SBA fund from a broker. You tried to pick. You thought about different sectors, which is interesting. I'm curious, what other sectors did you think about before we went into this one?
I looked into trucking. I looked into a medical device business. It was like hearing aids and stuff. I looked into pharmacy. But the one that I knew the most about was my specialty. So I was like, why the hell don't I do that? Yeah.
So how the business is making money then right now? What's the process you're getting?
Well, I'm running it. So I'm running it. So just seeing patients, billing insurance.
Patients. Yeah. And what's the plan you have plans to grow the business? You just want to keep it as is and just enjoy kind of like the lifestyle of it, or what's the plan?
Grow it, add more in other sectors or related sectors.
Add more, buy more clinics?
Buy more. Basically? Yeah, definitely. It doesn't have to be in the same sector. Something that, well, this is pretty hands-on. So the next one, I'm hoping, to make it something that absentee or have someone run it. But definitely, I'm not thinking of stopping here.
Yeah, you enjoyed what did you enjoy the most in the process of buying a business?
What I enjoyed the most, well, buying it.
How's the experience of closing the deal? The day of closing the deal?
The day of closing, a lot of signing, a lot of paperwork signing, with the SBA involved. But after that, just running it. I enjoy running it.
How much time you own the business already?
We closed in April last year. So I've been running it for about 8 months. Yeah.
Cool. So how was the first, let's say 30, 60, 90 days of owning the business? Did you have any challenges there, like the transition, now that you're the new owner?
No, the seller was awesome. The seller was awesome. He gave me everything that I needed. His wife actually stayed on to help me with the bookkeeping, basically all the financial stuff that I needed to get down. And we still talk. They're super helpful. So I didn't have any challenges in that. direction, and the office manager stayed. Well, basically all the employees stayed. So they're actually teaching me how to run that business,
Cool.
which is awesome. So
100%. That's awesome. What are the terms? So what are the terms of the SBA? Is it a comfortable payment? Is it making you stressful when running the business? What that looks like?
It's not stressful. It's not stressful. No, based on the numbers that a business is making, it's not. Actually, I like it that way. It's a little more aggressive, but I like it that way. And I think after 5 years, I have the option to pay it off. So
it's good. It's keeping you on your toes, keeping you accountable. Huh?
yeah. Keeps you going.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
stuff. So what would you suggest? What would you tell people who are thinking about potentially going into acquisitions but not sure, maybe afraid to do that?
Talk. I don't just, it's all mindset. Listen to the videos, go over it. I think the closest thing you could get to doing the real thing is talk to friends and family that own businesses, get comfortable talking about business ownership, and see yourself doing it. Just get that whole mystery. It's not out of your reach. Once you demystify that, I think you just do the groundwork. You just one foot in front of the other, and you'll get there. But if you're scared, you probably won't do most of the things you need to do. And it was a little challenging. Let me share this.
Yeah.
The closing took longer than it should have because of the SBA lender that I went through. So from the time that I actually stopped working for the old practice and the time that I started the business, there was a lag of about 3 months in there. And that's where you really need to dig deep and say, hey, I'm all in. This is what I'm doing. You're not having second thoughts. Say, oh, did I make a mistake? Did I make a bad move? But I had decided that I was doing this and this is what I was doing. Because there was a time where I could have turned back and say, you know what, maybe I shouldn't, go ahead because it could be risky. Maybe I don't close and then I don't have a job and all that stuff. But I was all in. So you do need to commit, I feel, and you will get there. I did so.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is there anything, if you had to do the deal again, is there anything you would do in the process to make things faster or smoother or better?
Definitely used a different SBA lender. The one that I used was crappy. I mean, we got it done, but it was crappy. Oh my goodness. That just, if I just changed that one thing, it would have been perfect.
Good stuff. And the broker was good. The broker was helpful. That's good as well.
Yeah, the broker was helpful, but he's a broker. He's in for what he's gonna get. So once you know that, you'll be okay.
Yeah, 100%. And I just want to make sure we cover everything. So you said we talked about the broker, the SBA, the lawyers. What about the accountants? I mean, we didn't talk about who helped you with looking at the numbers, or you didn't really have someone to look at the numbers because the SBA.
I had an accountant that looked at the numbers. And I also looked at the numbers over and over myself, but I did have an accountant look over, and he had no issues. There were no red flags.
How he got paid? Did you pay him just on an hourly basis? Kind of like.
Actually, him I did not pay. He was a friend of mine. So.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, him I did not pay. He was a friend of mine. We owe each other favors.
Good stuff. Yeah. Is there anything else you would share that you think is important to share about kind of like what you went through?
No, I think we covered it all. Just it can be done. It
So
can be
where,
done.
so where do you want to be in 3, 5, 10 years from now then with business?
Well, in 3 years, I want to have 2 more businesses.
Mhm.
5 years, probably want to be selling this one. 10 years, I don't know. Sky's the limit.
Love it, man. Good stuff. Hey, man, thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing this.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
sure.